Think the hardest part of a long flight is surviving a cramped economy seat? That's only a small part of the story. What really drains most travelers isn't one major inconvenience. It's a series of tiny mistakes that build up hour after hour. By the time the aircraft lands, they're dehydrated, stiff, exhausted, and wondering why the journey felt so much more difficult than expected. The surprising part is that experienced travelers avoid many of those problems without paying for a premium seat. They simply rely on a handful of smart habits that most passengers never even consider. In this video, you'll discover the same long-haul strategies frequent flyers use to stay comfortable, sleep better, reduce jet lag, and arrive feeling refreshed instead of worn out. Some of these tips take less than a minute to put into practice, yet they can completely transform your flight. And before we finish, I'll reveal one little-known seat selection trick on wide-body aircraft that can help you avoid constant interruptions throughout the journey. But first, let's begin before you even step onto the plane, because one decision can shape the next 10 or 12 hours. Tip number 1, never settle for the seat you're assigned. Many travelers simply accept the seat they receive, assuming every economy seat offers the same experience. The truth is, they couldn't be more different. One seat may give you extra legroom, convenient power outlets, and a quieter environment. Another might leave you beside the restroom, near a busy galley, or stuck in a seat that barely reclines. You may not notice the difference while booking, but you'll definitely feel it several hours into the flight. That's why seasoned travelers always review the aircraft seat map before confirming their seat. A detailed seat map often reveals important details that booking websites leave out, such as restricted recline, missing windows, poor legroom, or heavy passenger traffic. These small details can make a surprisingly big difference on a long journey. Here's another smart habit. Check the seat map again as soon as online check-in opens. Every day, passengers upgrade, cancel, or switch flights, and that means better seats often become available at the last minute. Spending just a few extra minutes could be the difference between an uncomfortable flight and a much more enjoyable one. Choose your seat wisely, because the next tip could help you finish your meal and even visit the restroom before most passengers have received their food. Tip number 2, order your meal in advance. This is something many frequent flyers learn after years of traveling. On many airlines, passengers who pre-order a special meal are often served before the standard meal service begins. While everyone else is waiting for the food cart to reach their row, you're already enjoying your meal. The biggest benefit isn't simply eating earlier. Once you've finished, you can head to the restroom before long lines begin to form. After that, you can settle in, watch a movie, or try to get some sleep while the rest of the cabin is still eating. Special meals are also prepared separately from the regular menu, and many travelers enjoy the extra variety compared with the usual chicken or beef options. Of course, quality and selection depend on the airline and route, so the experience can vary. If you'd like to request one, it's best to do so while booking your ticket. If you forget, many airlines still allow special meal requests up to around 48 hours before departure, although every airline has its own deadline. It's a simple step that can make the opening hours of a long flight much smoother, but even the best meal won't make your flight comfortable if you're wearing the wrong clothes. Tip number 3, dress for the flight, not the airport. It's easy to focus on looking good while walking through the terminal, but comfort in the air is far more important. What feels perfectly comfortable before takeoff can become surprisingly restrictive after several hours in the cabin. During long flights, your body naturally retains fluid and may swell slightly, making tight jeans, fitted clothing, or restrictive outfits feel much less comfortable than they did on the ground. That's why experienced travelers almost always choose loose, breathable layers instead of dressing for appearance alone. Compression socks are another item worth bringing. They help reduce swelling during long periods of sitting and support healthy circulation, especially on long-haul flights. There's another practical trick. Wear your heaviest clothing on board. A jacket can double as a blanket or pillow, while bulky shoes free up valuable luggage space. Finally, keep a clean t-shirt, fresh underwear, and an extra pair of socks inside your carry-on bag. Changing into them shortly before landing takes only a few minutes, but it can leave you feeling surprisingly refreshed before you even leave the airport. Once you're dressed comfortably, the next mistake has nothing to do with clothing. It comes down to where you keep the things you'll need throughout the flight. Tip number 4, stop reaching into the overhead bin. Watch what happens after takeoff. Someone suddenly remembers they need their headphones. A few minutes later, it's their charger. Then it's a book. Later, it's medication or snacks. Before long, they're standing in the aisle once again, trying not to disturb everyone around them. You see this on almost every long-haul flight. Experienced travelers avoid the problem with one simple routine. Before boarding, they prepare a small pouch containing everything they'll need during the journey. Headphones, charging cables, medication, lip balm, snacks, an eye mask, and any other essentials all go into one easy-to-reach bag. After sitting down, that pouch stays beneath the seat or inside the seat pocket, while the larger carry-on goes into the overhead compartment and usually stays there until landing. The advantage is bigger than most people expect. You won't keep climbing over sleeping passengers or searching through your luggage every hour. Everything you need is always within arm's reach, making the entire journey feel more organized and relaxing. Speaking of comfort, the next tip starts with something many passengers never think about bringing. Tip number 5, carry something that keeps working for hours. Many travelers board with an empty bottle and spend the entire flight relying on tiny cups of water that disappear after a few sips. Frequent flyers often take a different approach. Instead of using a collapsible bottle, they carry a wide-mouth insulated thermos. Once on board, they politely ask a flight attendant if it can be filled with hot water. If the crew is able to help, that single refill can stay warm for hours. Now you have hot water whenever you need it. You can prepare tea, instant coffee, oatmeal, miso soup, or other simple foods you've packed yourself without waiting for the next beverage service. It's also much more convenient. Rather than pressing the call button every time you're thirsty, you already have plenty within easy reach. Of course, availability depends on the airline and how busy the cabin crew is, so it isn't guaranteed, but when possible, it's a simple way to make a long flight much more enjoyable. While we're talking about staying powered up, don't make another common mistake. Tip number 6, never rely entirely on the aircraft to charge your devices. Just because your seat has a charging outlet doesn't mean it will actually work. On some aircraft, the outlet may be broken. On others, it might be shared with nearby seats or only support older USB connections. You don't want to discover that after your phone drops to 5%. That's why experienced travelers always bring a reliable power bank. A high-capacity battery can easily keep your phone, headphones, or tablet running throughout the entire journey. It's also smart to carry both USB-A and USB-C cables, since power systems differ from one aircraft to another. Here's another useful habit. If your seat has a working outlet, start charging your devices while passengers are still boarding. Power is often available at that stage, although some aircraft temporarily switch it off during taxi or shortly after takeoff. The goal is simple. Think of onboard charging as a bonus instead of something you depend on. Once your electronics are covered, it's time to focus on something even more important than battery life. Tip number 7, keep your legs moving, even if you stay in your seat. Many people don't realize that after sitting for several hours, it's not only your muscles that become stiff, your circulation slows down as well, especially during long-haul flights. The good news is you don't have to spend the entire flight walking up and down the aisle. Every few hours, perform a simple routine. Rotate your ankles, flex your feet, tighten your calf muscles, and roll your shoulders for about 30 seconds each. These small movements encourage healthy circulation without disturbing anyone around you. Many cabin crew members quietly perform similar exercises during flights because they're quick, easy, and effective. Setting a silent reminder on your phone or smartwatch every few hours makes it much easier to remember, especially once you've become absorbed in a movie or fallen asleep. Just a few minutes of movement can leave you feeling much less sore when it's finally time to stand. But there's another reason many people step off a plane feeling exhausted. Tip number 8, engine noise is more tiring than you realize. Have you ever landed feeling completely worn out, even though you actually managed to sleep? The seat may not be the problem. The constant background rumble of the engines forces your brain to process noise for hours. Even when you stop consciously noticing it, your brain continues filtering those sounds, and that can leave you mentally drained. That's why frequent flyers often consider noise-canceling headphones one of the best travel investments they can make. They're useful for much more than watching movies. By reducing low-frequency engine noise, they make it easier to relax, concentrate, and sleep during long flights. Many cabin crew members also use hearing protection for the same reason. Less noise usually means less fatigue over time. If you travel regularly, upgrading your headphones may improve your comfort even more than upgrading your seat. And surprisingly, the next tip doesn't require buying anything at all. Tip number 9, you might not need a travel pillow. Walk through almost any airport and you'll see travelers carrying oversized neck pillows everywhere, only to spend the flight constantly adjusting them. Instead, look at what you already have. If your airline provides a blanket, roll it tightly and use it to support your neck or lower back. Since you can adjust the thickness yourself, many travelers find it more comfortable than a traditional U-shaped pillow. If you already own a neck pillow, try wearing it backward. With the opening behind your neck, it supports your chin and helps stop your head from falling forward while you sleep. Some travelers even use a small inflatable ball as a lightweight footrest, provided it doesn't block space or inconvenience anyone nearby. Sometimes the best sleep setup isn't the most expensive one. It's simply making smarter use of what you already have.
If you believe the best seats are always at the front of the aircraft, the next tip might completely change your mind. Tip number 10. The back of the plane isn't always a bad choice. Most passengers naturally aim for the front whenever possible, but on certain flights, the last few rows can actually offer surprising advantages. If your seat reclines, there's no passenger behind you to complain. You're also much closer to the galley and restrooms, making late-night trips easier. There's another benefit many travelers overlook. The rear section is often among the last to fill. If the flight isn't completely full, you may have a better chance of ending up with an empty seat beside you, giving you valuable extra space. Occasionally, passengers seated near the back may also be moved during boarding or after departure if the crew needs to balance the aircraft or accommodate operational requirements. While it certainly doesn't happen every time, it can sometimes work in your favor. The lesson is simple. The best seat depends on the aircraft, the airline, and how full the flight is, not simply how close you are to the front. Now let's move to a tip that's all about your mindset. Tip number 11. Give yourself something to anticipate. Long flights feel endless when all you do is count the hours. Frequent travelers often avoid that by saving a favorite TV series, audiobook, or podcast exclusively for flying. Eventually, your brain begins associating flights with content you genuinely enjoy, instead of something you have to endure. Instead of thinking, I have 12 hours to survive, you start thinking, finally, I can finish that series. Just remember to download everything before leaving home, because in-flight Wi-Fi isn't always reliable, and streaming uses far more battery than watching downloaded content. Sometimes the biggest travel upgrade isn't a better seat. It's giving yourself a reason to enjoy the journey. Tip number 12. Stop holding your phone the entire flight. If you've ever finished watching a movie with a sore neck or tired arm, the problem probably wasn't your screen, it was how you were holding it. Instead of gripping your phone for hours, create a simple hands-free setup. A pop socket can work as a stand, and even a clear zip-top bag can suspend your phone from the tray table latch at eye level. It's a surprisingly effective trick that many experienced travelers use. Keeping the screen slightly below eye level reduces strain on your neck and shoulders, making it much easier to watch movies or read for hours. Often, the most useful travel hacks aren't expensive gadgets. They're simple ideas that make the journey noticeably more comfortable. Tip number 13. Keep your seatbelt visible while you sleep. Imagine finally falling asleep after hours of trying, only to be woken because the crew can't tell whether you're buckled in. During turbulence, flight attendants check to ensure passengers have their seatbelts fastened. If your blanket hides the buckle, they may need to wake you for confirmation. There's an easy solution. Fasten your seatbelt over the blanket so it's clearly visible. That allows the crew to verify you're secure without disturbing your sleep. It sounds like a tiny detail, but avoiding even one unnecessary interruption on an overnight flight can leave you feeling much more rested after landing. Tip number 14. Start fighting jet lag before you arrive. Most travelers wait until they collect their luggage before thinking about jet lag, but by then they're already behind. Frequent flyers begin adjusting as soon as they board. Change your phone and watch to your destination's time zone immediately. Then try to follow the local schedule. If it's daytime there, stay awake. If it's nighttime, dim your screen and get as much sleep as possible, even if it feels unnatural at first. Hydration is equally important. Cabin air is extremely dry, and dehydration can make jet lag feel even worse. Drink water consistently throughout the flight, and if you normally use electrolyte products, they may help you stay hydrated more effectively. You probably won't eliminate jet lag completely, but you'll give your body a valuable head start before landing. Tip number 15. Think twice before accepting that free drink. When the beverage cart arrives, it's tempting to order a complimentary beer or glass of wine, but on long-haul flights, alcohol often works against you. Cabin air is already extremely dry, and alcohol increases dehydration while its effects may feel stronger at cruising altitude. Although it might help you fall asleep initially, the quality of that sleep is often much worse. Many travelers wake up feeling thirsty, groggy, or with a headache. Instead, choose water, herbal tea, or electrolyte drinks throughout the flight. Then enjoy your celebratory drink after reaching your destination. Your body will thank you the next day. Tip number 16. Freshen up before landing. Most passengers wait until they reach their hotel to feel human again. Experienced travelers start about 30 to 60 minutes before landing. Take a small refresh kit to the restroom with a toothbrush, toothpaste, face wipes, moisturizer, lip balm, a clean shirt, fresh underwear, and clean socks. In just a few minutes, you'll leave the aircraft feeling cleaner, more alert, and far more prepared for immigration, baggage claim, and the rest of your trip. Many flight attendants follow a similar routine after long-haul flights, sometimes adding dry shampoo, makeup wipes, or eye drops before beginning their next assignment. You can't shorten a 12-hour flight, but you can avoid feeling like you barely survived it. And finally, here's one last strategy that many experienced travelers swear by. Tip number 17. Choose the smarter aisle seat. If you always book an aisle seat, here's one detail many passengers miss. On wide-body aircraft with a 3-4-3 seating layout, aisle seats beside the middle section can often be a better choice than the outside aisles. Here's why. If you're sitting on an outside aisle, the passenger next to you has only one exit path. Every restroom visit or stretch break usually means climbing past you. In the middle section, however, your seatmate has 2 aisles available. That means they're less likely to disturb you every time they want to get up. You still enjoy the convenience of an aisle seat, but with fewer interruptions during the flight. Over 10 or 12 hours, that small advantage can make a surprisingly big difference in the quality of your sleep. Long-haul flights don't have to be something you simply tolerate. Most of the difference comes down to preparation rather than the price of your ticket. Smarter seat selection, better packing, simple routines, and good timing can completely change how you feel when you arrive. Now I'd love to hear from you. Which of these travel tips will you try on your next flight? If you have a long-haul travel trick that always works, share it in the comments. Your advice might help another traveler enjoy a much smoother journey. If you found this video helpful, be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more practical airport and airline travel tips. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.